Hello everybody and welcome to Forever Rugby on Forever Sports, and some breaking news. The Rainbow Cup is a go. Literally in the time it took me to do the Stormers versus Lions preview and upload it saying that we haven't heard much about it, literally just minutes after posting it, SA Rugby has finally announced and Pro 14 has finally announced that the fixtures and the entire competition is confirmed and will kick off on the 24th of April. Before we look at the fixtures and how the entire tournament is going to work, because I think they've been quite intelligent about it, please do smash a like on the video, subscribe to the channel if you're new. We are going to be doing some very, very in-depth coverage of the Rainbow Cup in preparation to the British and Irish Lions series, which will be in South Africa. So you make sure you don't miss anything by subscribing to the channel. Right, so this is how it is going to work. So it is going to kick off on the 24th of April. It's being called the Pro 14 Rainbow Cup. So it's a whole preparation towards, well, we'll probably no longer be the Pro 14, it'll be the Pro 16, or if they're doing other teams in the Pro 17, 18, whatever it's going to be. But this is how it's going to do. So they're doing it basically in 3 rounds and 3 rounds. And the reason I say 3 rounds and 3 rounds, it's 6 rounds, but the first 3 rounds will all account for local derby. That is across the entire competition, and this is to try and limit the traveling. There will be no European sides coming to South Africa. That's very important because of the current COVID-19 conditions. There will be no sides coming down to South Africa, which is a little bit bleak, but the fact is there's no crowd. So, I mean, it doesn't make that much of a difference. Hopefully, it now means that next season we'll hopefully be able to have Munster at Loftus, Leinster at Cape Town Stadium and the likes, Ulster at Ellis Park. But the fact, the main thing is here is it's happening and it's going to go ahead. So what will happen is on the 24th of April there will be local fixtures across the board, which means we're going to see the Bulls take on the Lions at Loftus, the Stormers will host the Sharks, and then over in Europe it's Ulster versus Connacht, Leinster versus Munster, Benetton versus Glasgow Warriors, Edinburgh versus Zebra, Ospreys versus Cardiff Blues, Dragons versus Scarlets. Round 2 will only be South African sides because there is the European Champions Cup. So it'll then see Stormers take on the Bulls, Sharks hosting the Lions. The 8th of May will then only be the European. Will then be a catch-up of the European sides. So Connacht versus Leinster, Munster versus Ulster, Zebra versus Benetton. You get the idea. Whilst the Bulls take on the Sharks and the Lions take on the Stormers. So after the 8th of May, all the SA sides would have played against each other. And then the 15th of May is going to be the sort of catch-up of the other games. So it'll only be European sides on the 15th of May, if that makes sense. So first round is going to be all the teams. Second round will be across 1st of May and the 8th of May, because the 1st of May we'll see only South African sides playing, and then the 8th of May we'll see the European sides play round 2, while the South African sides play round 3. 15th of May will be the catch-up of the European sides. And then all the South African sides will jump on a plane and head to Europe, and they will then be taking on the European counterparts across 3 rounds: 29th of May, 5th of June, 12th of June. The final is scheduled for the weekend of the 19th of June. So earmark in your calendars. That is how it's going to happen. It's going to be quite a quick it's going to be quick and intense, to be honest. I mean, 24th of April to the 19th of June. We've got 7 weeks of just non-stop rugby. It's going to be absolutely brilliant. But as I said, the big thing is that there will be no traveling sides coming down here, and then South African sides going to play three rounds here, 3 weeks here, and then head over to Europe, play 3 games. Hopefully, a couple of them will be staying for the final or whatever, and then we're going to go from there. So yeah, it's going to be a very interesting competition. It's going to be quite a nice sort of introduction to these sides overseas and to what we can expect from the Pro 14. I don't think I'm not too worried about how the South African teams fare. I think it'll just be a nice sort of, it's almost like a bridge, it's almost like having like a pre-season tournament in Europe, just to sort of see, this is how it works. I mean, you're only going to play, 6 games. So it's not going to be quite the same as a full stretch tournament where you could, be playing anything upwards of sort of 10, 12, 14, 16 games. So it is obviously a very short and compact tournament, but it's going to be a bit of a taster, a bit of a sort of a teaser for what we can expect when the Pro 16 then kicks off in theory at the end of the year. And it's going to be the perfect sort of bridge and sort of preparation. In many ways, it's pretty much like a preseason for the Lions tour, really. Like a last-ditch effort for some players to put their hands up. More importantly, it's about the current Springboks players from the World Cup squad making sure they are up to standard, because they're going to be playing against much better opposition. They're going to be playing against in between the sides in South Africa, so the top 4 sides, and then hopefully going over playing the likes of Munster, Ulster, Connacht, Edinburgh, these sort of top sides in the Pro 14, which will hopefully give us a little bit of a better indication of where these sides sort of stand. So it's going to be very interesting. I'm very, very excited. There's no kickoff times or any sort of final dates. Obviously, they won't probably all be on the 24th of April, for example. They'll probably sort of scatter them over Friday and Saturday, maybe even Sunday fixtures as well. So final times and days will be confirmed over the next week or two. But 24th of April, mark that in your calendars. That is the weekend that is all going to kick off. I'm very excited. I hope you're excited. Smash like, as I said, subscribe to the channel so that you do not miss out on this coverage. It's going to be a lot of fun getting to grips with what's happening in Europe and seeing how we all cope. So make sure you are part of that journey. We'll be live tonight. The Six Nations comes to a close. France versus Scotland. We're also going to see the Bulls versus the Sharks. We're going to be live for both those games. So make sure you come and hang out with us. And let's just chat rugby and enjoy the weekend. And as always, thank you very much for watching. My name is Stephen, and I will chat to you very soon.